Elon Musk is always crying about the murderous lunatic left. The murderous lunatic left. And he shows this infograph from 2008 to 2025, and it's contending that the left is getting further left, but the right has always stayed where it was, and basically the left is getting more and more unreasonable, more extreme, which actually I was thinking, if you reversed the years and you put 2008 at the bottom here, you can't really see it because the chat box is covering up. Let's see, put this over here. But so you could see, obviously, this is where we're at, 2025. Look at this. Oh my goodness, the militant, incompatible left. But I say that it would be more accurate to put 2025 up here and 2008 down here, because what has happened? It's like the left and the right are converging. It's like the Overton window is narrowing over time. More people are going, further right. We're getting closer to the right. It's like completely in reverse. I mean, we know that we don't really have a left in the United States. We have two right-wing parties. What we consider the mainstream left is not left at all. But what I think is that there's always these contradictions at play, and there's contradictions with Elon Musk too, because he'll go to China, an actual left party, the Communist Party of China, and he'll go there, and I know this isn't a real picture, it's a metaphor. The metaphor is true. The metaphor of what this contends is true. Elon Musk, when he actually is in the presence of a left party that is actually economically viable, well, then to hell with ideology. He's there to do business. So, moving on, let's take a look at this clip of Tim Dillon. He's talking about China.
We cannot have an overtly adversarial relationship with China. It's not going to work. We cannot go to war with China. It will destroy all life on Earth. We cannot treat China like Iran. We're done with that. Let me help everybody. We're done with that. We're not the high school bully anymore. We're not. We're the weird kid who may have a gun. We're not the jock. We're not the quarterback. The American quarterback century is over. This is not Top Gun. We are not Tom Cruise. You need to wake the fuck up. There's a new Chinese kid in school, and he's kind of American looking. He's kind of ripped, but he's also Chinese, and he's hot, and people want to fuck him. They want to get down, and they want to slurp him. They don't want to slurp us anymore. You know why?
Why he's so aggressively horny with his commentary?
Why? Because we've hung out behind the Dairy Queen too long, doing drugs with our friends. We look a little older. We have wrinkles in our face. We're the college kid who keeps going to the high school parties. We're a pedophile, and we may have a gun.
It's a pretty good metaphor. Speaking of metaphors, Bolivia is doing the correct, commendable thing. They've ousted their CIA-backed dictator. He's fled the country. I forgot his name, but Dr. Jill Stein says indigenous courage is unstoppable from Bolivia to Palestine. It says rural indigenous communities have surrounded Evo Morales' residence to protect him. Leaked documents show that the U.S. Armed Forces and Bolivian police are preparing a joint operation to kidnap him and massacre villagers. So the Venezuelan playbook all over again. And look at this. They're out there with their not tiki torches, their serrated wood sticks, getting all tribal out there. It's like, look at what they're doing to defend their fucking people.
Porque compañeros, si en caso que hoy vamos a bajar, que de aquí un tiempo nuestros hijos, nuestros compañeros que van a estar, ¿cómo van a estar? Por eso hay que seguir masificando, hermanos. Muchísimas gracias, compañeras y compañeros.
Look at that. Look at all those terrorists. Evo Morales is hiding behind human shields.
¡Que viva nuestro hermano Evo Morales Aima!
¡Que viva!
¡Que viva las organizaciones sociales!
¡Que viva!
¡Que viva Bolivia!
¡Que viva!
Did they just call us the Great Satan? Oh, wow.
Porque
Yeah.
compañeros, si en
I'm
caso
sure the CIA is shaking in their boots after seeing that. The U.S. military is like, oh, we got to pack it up then. Did you see what they had? You saw the way that they clapped all lackluster? They mean business. I know I'm being a shithead, but no, I think this is great. I mean, everything that I've learned about what Bolivia is doing, it seems like they've got a lot of class solidarity down there. Here's those documents that were in question. It says, breaking U.S. Armed Forces and Bolivian police are preparing a joint operation to kidnap Evo Morales and massacre the indigenous communities in the vicinity. Police officers opposed to the plan have leaked documents confirming the operation. I mean, it's like the Jakarta method all over again. The anti-communist crusade continues. I don't know what I'm looking at. It's a bunch of Spanish. You might as well be Hebrew to me. I can't understand a goddamn thing they're saying. Indigenous Bolivians have seen what life was like under Evo and how it was under every single president who was an obedient dog to the U.S. You won't find many countries where the majority of the population will defend their president with their lives. But nothing galvanizes people like a foreign invasion, like foreign sabotage. Saeed Marandi says the genocidal Zionists have murdered, as of today, over 3,000 Lebanese citizens in a month and a half. 3,000 people in a month and a half. Here is Hunter Biden on Elon Musk.
You got some motherfucker who's made over, what, $251 billion being a United States citizen that got here and stayed here illegally
It's up to 811 billion, actually.
before he got his citizenship, sitting here lecturing us on who we should allow into the United States of America and giving us a Heil Hitler along the way.
That source, Hunter Biden, your crack pipe? No, it's actually, Elon Musk makes Hunter Biden look pretty good by comparison. It's like one corrupt private individual calling out another corrupt private individual for being more corrupt, in fact. Look at these pictures of Donald J. Trump. These are not altered by AI, folks. They are actual photos from 2 different days in China when the wind, the anti-Semitic wind, revealed what we've known all along. Look at that, my good. I mean, you would expect to see that from Grandpa Trump. I mean, he's 80 fucking years old, you know? It looks like, I can see why he wears a toupee. He looks like he's got a butt crack on his head. Top of his head looks like a football. It's got a weird crease down the middle. You see that? Literally a butt head. That's crazy. Putin says a multipolar world means no hegemons. Even with giants like India and China, no single nation should dominate global politics. Everyone must be equal.
I wouldn't really speak about any domineering pose. It doesn't mean that this new multipolar world should have any hegemons, because no one is speaking about this. Not in BRICS, not in the SCO. Everyone has equal rights in this multipolar world. And from international law point of view, everyone must have equal rights, must be in the similar position. Yes, there are economic giants like India or China, and actually our country is among top 4 biggest economies if we speak about the purchasing power parity. These are the current realities. That's not something that we would like to have. That's what international organizations calculate, but it doesn't mean that anyone should dominate over the politics or over global security. So we do not believe that there should be some domination. Everyone must be equal.
At least 6 Americans were exposed to Ebola in Congo, with 1 already showing symptoms. The World Health Organization has declared it an international emergency. Around 50% of Ebola infections are fatal. Here is Elon Musk bragging about how he accidentally canceled all Ebola prevention efforts.
For example, with USAID, one of the things we accidentally canceled very briefly was Ebola prevention. I think we all want Ebola prevention. So we restored the Ebola prevention immediately, and there was no interruption.
Perfect.
But we do need to move quickly.
The one mistake he did make, he certainly told us about, and he completely fixed it. Nothing to see here. President Trump has released a last-minute video pleading with the people of Kentucky to stand with his AIPAC-backed candidate over Thomas Sassy Massey. He is full of sass, and we love him for that. Trump says Thomas Massey is the worst congressman in the history of the United States. Not Lindsey Graham, not John Thune, not Mitch McConnell. Is that guy still alive? Not Nancy Pelosi, not Adam Schiff, but a Republican. Yeah, a Republican. He could have gone after Nancy Pelosi, who is a Democrat. He could have gone after Shifty Schiff, also a Democrat. But no. He says, I hope you're going to put him out of business tomorrow. So tomorrow's a big day.
I hope you're going to put him out of business tomorrow. I'm in the Oval Office, and we're in a fight against the worst congressman in the history of our country. His name is Thomas Massey. He's from Kentucky. I hope you're going to put him out of business tomorrow. He is so bad.
He's so bad.
Election coming up. He's running against a great guy, a great patriot, Ed Gilrain. He's
oh,
fantastic.
yeah, Zionist
But
Ed Gilrain.
forget that. Massey's the worst congressman in the history of our country. always voting against Republicans and good values. So get rid of Thomas Massey.
Are the good values in the room with us, Mr. Presitard? The good values being what? Genocide? Jewish supremacy? Presitard Trump? I have questions. What are you talking about with good values? Meanwhile, Thomas Massey's like, yeah, I vote with Republicans except for the times that they want to, promote pedophilia or fund a genocide. Those are the values that Trump is referring to. It appears that no AI data center is worth sacrificing this. Apparently, Google is coming for Mount Hood up there in Portland, Oregon. So bye. Why do you play that song? I don't want to listen to that song. The city of Dallas proposes taking 150 acres. Wait, let's see. I'll just read it to you. Proposes taking 150 acres of land and access to the water. There, Google has a large data center there taking up tons of water. It will have detrimental impacts on the wildlife and the landscape. Think about those ducks. Think about the birds. But then again, what about the shareholders? Won't someone please think of the shareholders? All right, I'm just gonna play this. And that was beautiful. That's how it happened in my mind. That's how it all went down. I'm pretty sure that's the actual footage. Okay, now do the AI version, right? Here's a tweet from Donald Trump. He says, "Nobody knows God better than me, and nobody is loved more by God than me." It's obviously a competition for God's affection, and Trump is winning. But then, God apparently quote tweets Donald Trump and says, "F you" an infinite number of times. So now I'm confused. Why would God do that? Dr. Butch Ware for California Governor 2026. I can't say it enough. I'll sing it. I'll scream it if I have to. There is an online survey from April 22nd. This is why, he says, they wanted me off the ballot so they could keep me out of polls and debates. You are being scammed. All the support for Steyer and Becerra is AstroTurf, purchased ads, and paid influencers. We run these streets, he says. Thank you so much for the super chat, Lake Titivaca. Former Vice President of Pfizer, Michael Yedon, you say, recently came out of the closet. Nope, came out on the James. He came all over James Dealing Polls show and said the scientific method wasn't used to identify viruses. That sounds like a big deal. So they're just operating off of vibes. Should we rename Pfizer to Vibeser? So as you can see, Butch Ware was leading the charge into who was the best. I guess, I don't know, it doesn't say the rest of this, what the caption is, but I'm guessing it's support for his candidacy. But yeah, it's sabotage what's happening. They're sabotaging Butch Ware off the ballot because he's a threat. He's a threat to the status quo, and they know it. That's why he's not being featured on the ballot. So let's see this. It says, "Take it from me as someone who did copious amounts of ketamine in my 20s. That is not all that he is on." This is a clip of Elon Musk tard.
Yeah, and refurbishable might be a better word. But where do you think it failed, and where do you think, what lessons have you learned that you know you're not going to be making on?
So weird, he walks and he's like, moving his shoulder. It's like when you're on ecstasy or something and you have all these serotonin, endorphins, and dopamine, and your body's like, and so you're like, well, let me stretch out.
Starship to do a mission. You're just trying to get data out of the thing.
Look at that. Yeah. That is not normal behavior. What is he doing with his body, contriving in such weird gestures?
Yeah, and refurbishable might be a better word. But where do you think it failed, and where do you think, what lessons have you learned that you know you're not going to be making on Starship? To
look at this.
Do a mission. You're just trying to get data out of the thing.
He's swimming through the sea of tranquility?
Yeah. Yeah, and refurbishable
so
might be
weird. He's wading through the K-hole as we speak. Holy fuck! Sorry, I didn't mean to jump scare. That was Rabbi Shmuley and Itamar Ben-Gvir. Looks like they're having a powwow moment. Okay. Let's see, wait, let me see if I can translate. This is Itamar Ben-Gvir. He bought my beautiful butt plug. It's his favorite butt plug. It's rock hard. He uses it every day. He always knows that the Rabbi Shmuley has the best butt. Don't you, Rabbi? Aren't we best buds? Tell him that Rabbi Shmuley has the best dildos in town. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. Let's see. This is more Elon Musk sound bites. He says, "I'm a huge admirer of the innovation coming out of Israel." Let's take a look.
Totally. I'm going to bring you back to us, to Israel here just for a second. Do you have a message to the Israeli innovators here in the crowd?
Well, I have to say, I'm a huge admirer of the innovation coming out of Israel. Honestly, I think objectively true that Israel punches far above its weight for population.
He's so obsequious to all things Israel, right? He's going to heap his praise. He knows where his bread is buttered.
I think probably number
up his butt.
one, honestly, in the world, in terms of, So my head is off to
My head is up my ass.
Israel for how much incredible innovation. I say innovation per capita. Israel must be number one by far in the world.
Thank you.
All you gotta do, don't say anything bad about Israel. Must say nice things. And this is the same guy who's like, the left is the party of violence. That's why you can't take this guy seriously. He's a walking fool, contradiction, hypocritical. He's always pearl-clutching about the left, and then he's like standing for Israel and its genocide, and never a word about the political violence of the people that pay him, right? Or the people that he's in bed with. Mayor Zohran Mamdani mocks Ronald Reagan's infamous quote. Can you believe that? He says, I can think of 9 words more terrifying than I'm from the government and I'm here to help. Let's see what he says.
And standing here this morning, I cannot help but think of the words of our 40th president, Ronald Reagan. He famously said, the 9 most terrifying words in the English language are, I'm from the government and I'm here to help. It's a good quote, but I disagree. I think 9 more terrifying words are actually, I worked all day and can't feed my family. We are going to use the power of government to lower prices and make it easier for New Yorkers to put food on the table.
People over profits. Here's that tweet I was referring to. Anna Kasparian quoted it. She says, this woman is disgraceful and incites violence on this platform daily. The only thing more vomitous than her face is her thirst for hate and lust for terrorism against Muslims. And this is the despicable quote that if this isn't an incitement of violence, I don't know what is. She says, the mosque that was supposedly shot up today. Just remember, the people who attend this mosque want us all to be killed, she says. That's what she said. We will be told they are such amazing people. Oh, I'm not advocating for violence. I condemn violence. I'm showing you how evil this mosque is and always has been, but you're just providing a justification for destroying the mosque by calling it evil and saying that they had what was coming to them. That's what she's doing right now. It's like, why are you such a pussy, Laura? Why don't you just go ahead and say it? Like, if you're gonna say it with your full fucking chest. Don't trot out the point and then dog walk it back. Be like, just kidding, but also not really. Okay, what in the passive aggressive hell is this tweet? She says it should be raided by ICE and the FBI. Blakely says, shut your terrorist ass mouth, Jigsaw. I couldn't agree more. Laura, your posts are inciting violence against Muslims. I urge you to lawyer up, because if they find out the shooters were fans of yours, you're finished. You advocate for violence against Muslims on a daily basis. Alex Jones was sued for questioning the validity of a school shooting. Can someone please sue Laura for $1 billion? In other news, Apple has announced that the iPhone 17e has a chip in it that was developed in Israel. Dr. Morandi says, do not buy Apple. The new iPhone 17 model supports Apple's AI tools, features faster wireless charging, and includes the new C1X modem developed by the company's Silicon team. Yeah, I don't trust that shit. What is it, gonna blow up in my face now? Well, Bad Empanada has recently been making a lot of sense. He says Tucker Carlson does more to move the needle on Israel than any Democratic Party DSA sheepdogger. Couldn't agree with that more. Like the way that he characterized that. Got a problem with my hair, sorry. That should give you pause as to how worthless and detrimental the U.S. left is. Yes, look at what they're defending. It's like, that should show you that, like, that Overton window has completely becomes, on top of each other. It's like left, right, center. It's all the same. It's, these people, it's like when you're making Tucker Carlson look like a hero. I mean, what does that tell you about the Democrats, the Democratic Party? When you're making MTG a saint, that says everything to me. It says everything about what you're defending. You're actually proving that liberals will always side with fascists. You're proving that there's no difference between the Republican and Democrat Party. In fact, in some cases, the Democrats are much worse. I would argue that they're worse just for simply what role that they play, because their role is not obvious. We know the Republican role in this theater spectacle. It's obvious what they're designed to do. They're forcing legislation to the right. All progress is to the right, but the Democrats are more insidious. They're more subversive. It's not so obvious to people. They have a lot of flowery rhetoric, and they play that role. They block movement to the left. They're a stopgap, whatever the expression is that suits you.